I am eating sultana bran right now. Holy shit, sultana bran's so good. Like, cereal was a concept that I am baffled by. Like, it is so diverse on what type of cereals you can get, yet it is basically the same thing. Like, come to think about it, like sultana brand's a lot different. You got a bran and you got some sultanas in it. It's a lot different than, like, say, I didn't even consider Special K and Crunchy Nut Cornflakes are basically sultana brand, but sultana brand just has sultanas in it, but Special K is just sultana brand without sultanas in it, and Crunchy Nut Cornflakes are just like some godsend honey thing that you can choke and die on. It's quite baffling. Anyways, this is my squat day. This is my squat day. Like, this is the first day I squatted at Melbourne Uni. And I was very keen to, because not only this is my first day squatting at Melbourne Uni, this is the first day I was squatting with one of my mates, Aaron, which you will see soon. I wasn't going to film him, because at the start I forgot to film. Well, I was going to forget to film. But then I saw the tripod and I was like, hey, I need to film. I need to fucking film. Hey, you fuckhead, come fucking film. So, so this is my squat day. I got up to a reasonably heavy squat of 210 today, which was previously a PR for 1, but an RP 8. So, I was nervous for it, but at the same time, I kept watching the video of the 210, and it was for 1 rep. And it was easy, man. Like, it looks super duper easy. So I was just like, look, this 210 is going to be fine. I'm going to have backup here. So I'm going to have my mate Az, and I'm going to have a couple of other people that are going to be training there already. So I had no worries at all for it. And I was pretty confident in me completing this lift fairly easily. So I started hitting my warm-ups, and in my warm-ups, I felt pretty all right. Also, this is the first time I was hitting pre-workout, I think, because I just got some G Fuel the other day. It took me a little bit to not get hit by it, but to actually feel any effects. And not saying that I was expecting it to be like, oh my god, this is gonna, like, I'm fucking G'd up right now. I was really hoping for a pretty calm, pretty non-intense pre-workout, and I found it. G Fuel, it's fucking great. Like, I'm sure that there's other, the guy, he's like, there's fucking other ingredients on the market. But that's every fucking supplement guy there. He's just like, there's better ingredients on the market. I'm still salty about that for some reason. But as I was ascending, I felt like, I was feeling pretty all right. I was keen to get straight into a heavy set of squats, seeing as though I had my friends there, seeing as though I'm going to have some support there. So this is Farhan. He's a new lifter with Melbourne Uni. He is prepping for a comp, which should be passed by the time this is getting posted. Farhan here hitting his first working set. I believe this is 180. So in general, this day was a very weird training day. So that lift before of my 180 was meant to be a set of 3, but my dumbass did it a set of 1. So I did it, I did the set, and then I was like, wait a second, I was meant to do this for so much more reps. And I was like, look, take the L, this is fine, I'll just deal with it. So I was like, cool, I'll go up to my next set being 195. And I'll do that set for 3, then I'll do my 210, then I'll go back down and probably do 2 drop sets, like maybe 180 for 5, just smack that out. So because I missed that 180 for 3, I was meant to do 170 for 5 as a drop set. So I was like, I'll meet it in between, I'll just do a little bit more volume. But yeah, so I was like, look, I'll just hit that, I'll see how we go. But the next thing, which you're gonna see, is just like, it put me off so much, but this is one of my favorite sessions I've done in a while because of how well I did. Me thinking this is 195, this ended up being 205 because if you watch this, like I did this for 3 and I was prepping for it, getting ready, getting everyone over, And everybody started to go over side spots, back spots, all of it in between, ready and prepped. Had David James, the legend, behind me, spotting me, so I had no worries in the world. Started prepping for it, getting into it, and as I unracked it, I was like, oh, that's all right. It's a little bit heavy, who cares? I've done 195 so many times. As I squatted it for the first rep, I was like, oh shit, that's heavy. And I was like, oh no, this is fucking feeling so fucked right now. I squatted it that second rep. It's always the rep halfway through that you're like, oh, this is going to be a hard lift. Smacked it out, got it up, eek. And I was like, oh shit. And then when Farhan was going for his next lift, he started taking off the weights. And I was like, what's he doing? Aren't you going 195? And he's like, yeah, dude. I was like, oh, you're joking. I went for 205, didn't I? And he's like, yeah, you did. I was like, shit. But I was still happy with that. 205 for 3. Felt easy, you know, like for what it was, even though it was meant to be 195. This is Az going up for his first working set. Big bad Az dog. He was so keen to get into Melbourne Uni just for a trial. And yeah, he was just squatting some monster weights like he always does. I've still got him under Romanian deadlifts and normal deadlifts. I'll never let him down for that. But I was really keen to show him off just to some of the guys at the gym, just to show them, like, you know, here's some like decent lifters out there and here's how they train, and just a bit of inspiration and just a bit of like, hey, you know, like just looking at them in awe just of how they're lifting and how heavy they're going and how they treat the weights. It's just a good example that these guys can provide, like the guys that are becoming elite lifters and strong bloody lifters. This is Farhan's next set of that 195 that I was meant to lift. So he destroyed this. Like, he got it up, nice and easy. He didn't hit depth well, but as he went along, he hit it better. It was just a matter of me telling him, hey Farhan, you didn't hit depth. And he was like, okay, cool, I understand. And he started to hit depth after that. So sometimes with hitting depth, it's just a matter of telling the individual that they haven't, so then they understand, okay, I just need to exaggerate that a little bit more and go a little bit further. And that helped. In some cases though, it is creating some sort of an environmental cue just to be like, here's a box, here's a pin, here's something that helps you squat deeper. So here is my 210, prepping for it. I've come to realize recently that I need to be prepping myself a little bit more. I brought it back a little bit because, well, for example, like doing heavier lifts, I was always like, you know what, I don't need to be like all G'd up and shit all the time. Like, when it comes to comp, let's G'd up, let's go hard, let's smack it. But when it comes to lifting in the gym, I don't always need to do that, because then I become stale and it just becomes like, I'm used to it. It doesn't G me up as much. But this lift, I was like, let's get prepped. Let's get in the mindset. Let's fucking rip this shit together. Because especially that 205 was hard. I was like, let's get 210. Let's fucking smack it for 3. My goal for this wasn't to do as many reps as possible. It was to get it as a good RPE. Like, I know it doesn't change much, like from me starting lifting it, but just to make sure it feels a good RPE. So we collect that data and we use it for the next week. And we go heavy for next week. We smack it hard next week. This 210 was fun. I liked it. It smacked it. Like, depth probably wasn't there and probably wasn't where it should be, especially from David didn't really tell because he was squatting behind, but Sam was like, maybe we should go a little bit lower, especially the fact that, you know, during comp, I need to make sure that they know I'm hitting depth. Like, I know I'm smashing that. This is Az's lift, 220. 222.5 for sure, like easy lift for him, super easy, man. Like, he smacked this. Just watch this. Like, I can't even fathom the weight that this man squats. It's ridiculous. Like, he got into powerlifting later, like, than I did. Like, I started when I was 19. I met him maybe when I'm gonna get his age wrong, he's probably like 25 or something like that, and he started powerlifting like only recently, but he's so good at it. Like, he's such a good lifter, man. Like, oh, man, watch this. This is crazy. My video cuts out a little bit in between. You'll notice that was a little cut. He got 5 out of this, but we only filmed 4. But all of them were just so consistent and so strong. And it was just ridiculous how strong you got. So this is my 175. I was meant to do 170 for 5 as drop set, but then remember I missed that 180 for 3. So I was like, fuck it, let's just go 175 for 5. I could have easily hit like maybe 180 or something like that. I kind of want to push my drop sets a little bit more just to be a bit like, hey, I can actually get a little bit of volume. And as well, so then I'm not too like I get in my head too much about how much I can actually lift with squats, because squats are so much of a harder lift than any other lift. From my perspective, like deadlifts and bench are easy. Bench not so much now because of my chest injury, but let's just get a little bit more volume with it. Let's actually push it a little bit more, and let's actually, let's get more reps in, man. Just get used to that weight. Like, weights are always going to be hard, but just because they're hard doesn't mean they're actually objectively hard, so but this one was a nice easy 175, smacked it out. Depth was fine, so that really just showed that, look, this was probably a little too easy for me. That volume is there. I can really hit this volume pretty easily. From here, Farhan was moving on to his last top set, so his heaviest set. Oh god, what is this? 180, 190, 200, yeah, about 205. Yeah, 205. This was a hard set for him. He was, I think, hopefully he did reach depth on this. I don't remember if he did, because I remember the previous one he was struggling to reach depth, but that was when I told him, I was like, hey dude, need to hit that depth, and then he started to hit it after that. So I'm hoping this one he did hit that depth, because I remember after this he was like, wow, this is super easy, and he was so happy to do it. So we had a few spotters around, we had a few people watching, which is great. Like, it's awesome to have that type of support out there. So yeah, he smacked this out real hard. So yeah, it was just above, yeah. Was this a single? No, he had a double at it. Oh no, he was a single, yeah. So yeah, it was just above. Like, David, pretty sure wasn't impressed. He looked at me straight away, and I was like, yeah, no. So I had to explain it to Farhan that he didn't reach that depth, but eventually, as he went into some lighter sets, he started to hit a lot more depth. As he went into his next set of, what was this? 235, I think it was, or 237.5 or something like that. Just a monster set, honestly, coming from him. So he was just progressing really well. He was really enjoying the session that he had here, and I think it was just having that support, because in his experience, like, not saying that he never had support from people, like, he's always had other training partners and his brothers, but no one that could match or help him in powerlifting. And just a fucking dude just bounces up. Like, he's basically Ray Williams. Like, he's fucking, the way he squats, the way he does everything is fucking gnarly. He smacks out 2 more. That was fucked. Like, he's, yeah, just a crazy fucking set that he does, man. Seriously. But yeah, again, like, he was really enjoying his sessions here, and he was really smacking out some hard sets. So Fine went down a little bit. He went down to his drop sets, and you will notice after this was after our conversation about his depth. Because I thought I had the conversation with him before in the previous, like the one before the 205, but yeah, this one, we really solidified that he needed to hit that depth, and you really need to go deeper. So this is by the time I was finished, so I was able to watch and coach the guys. So yeah, see, like, he was hitting a lot more depth, and I was explaining that. I'm like, that was good, man. Like, that was a good depth. And sometimes it's just about explaining to that individual, hey, we are actually, like, we just need to go further down. Like, exaggerate how far you're going down. Sometimes people are too scared because they're going so heavy and they want to push more, but they don't realize that they needed to be, also I'm eating banana there, but they just need to be going deeper. That's what I was explaining to them. I was like, just go deeper, man. It's fine. So, like, those environmental cues help. Those boxes, those pins on the side, all of them help. But again, sometimes it's just about, hey, dude, let's go lower. So we start to get a lot lighter here. Farhan was smacking it out. David James in the back was doing his deadies. And this was by the time I was able to actually coach some people. I was able to discuss some things, and I was able to have some chats to all the clients and the athletes. And this is what I really love. Like, I loved training with them, but it was a lot harder because I really wanted to have a chat to them, and I really wanted to discuss things. But at the same time, I really needed to focus on myself as well. And that's when some things were playing up. Like, in that 210 for 3, for my lift, I actually didn't realize, but it was a lower rack than me. I didn't care, I just did it, but it kind of put me off a little bit. But I just smacked through it, and I just did it. But just those little things that you're not really paying attention. You're focusing on so many other people, but you can't just focus on yourself. So, but yeah, Fine did this really well. I think he was getting it for a double or a triple, something like that. So, but yeah, he was really hitting depth here, and he was really smacking it out nice and well, and he was doing a lot better than he did last time. Yeah, nice and deep. Oi, that was a struggle, man. That was a struggle and a half from him. Oh wait, he's got another. Let's go, dude. Come on. nice and deep, up, oi. Yeah, this one I was a bit scared when he did that. So, but no, he was all right. He was saying like he was just getting a bit fatigued from there. But these type of programs really help people, really help athletes, and really help powerlifters. They have a supportive group that they can work through to be, to create that motivation they need and that push and that drive that they need. And Melbourne Uni really providing that for these guys, and I love it. And I love taking through these guys, and I love coaching these guys, and I want to do it more and more. So, but anyways, guys, it was a really fun day. It was a really fun session, and I really hope I can get some more sessions out like that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.